Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Thank you for joining me for this going live to Facebook, to my Soul Alchemy, Sunshine to the Soul Facebook page, and to my Melanie Hughes Facebook page, and also to my Melanie Hughes YouTube account. Thought I'd get that in there. Welcome, everyone. It's great to see you again. So welcome to this live. It's a little bit different today. I've spent time setting up because I've got the beautiful log burner burning in the background. So we've got that beautiful element of fire that's joining us today as well. And not just the candles like I often have, but this beautiful log burner that is, so warming because it's here in the UK. It's really quite chilly again now. It's winter, so it's to be expected. And it's really quite cold again. So it's really beautiful to have the log burner on. And another reason I wanted to put it on is because I just feel that it creates such a beautiful ambience for all of us here on the live and on replay. And also I'm launching forward tomorrow with this beautiful sacred circle. It's a healing and meditation circle that I am doing, and I've been doing it in my home, and it's wonderful. And I've got some wonderful ladies there, spiritual ladies. It's all very aligned that come into my home, and we have these monthly circles. But I'm now launching it online. So the first one kicks off tomorrow. It's an online sacred healing and meditation circle, 6 p.m. UK time. And when you sign up and buy a ticket, you get a Zoom link, and then you link in that way. And so I'm getting this set up for that reason as well. So I can just see how this is working and how I can work this element of this sacred fire into the meditations, etc. So welcome, everyone. It's great to be here live. And I've come forward today with something I really wanted to talk about, which is just so key and so important, and something that I think that I've probably spoken about before, but maybe not to a great degree. But it's about your spiritual awakening, your unique path, and your soul gifts. So your spiritual awakening, your unique path, and your soul spiritual gifts. Because life on earth is actually all about embodying who you truly are at your soul essence. It's about remembering and embodying every part of who you truly are on that divine soul energy of who you are. It's not so much about a lot of the stuff that we pick up along the way from all the chaos and the busyness and so on that's happening in society. That kind of knocks us off a little bit. I'll go back to that in a minute to clarify. Hello, Karen. Oh, thank you for doing this. You're so welcome. Lovely to see you. I've got the log burner on, and I'm doing a bit of a practice run for tomorrow because we've got the Sacred Healing and Meditation Circle going ahead at 6 p.m. tomorrow. It's £20 to come along if anyone's interested, and there's still time to purchase a ticket. There is a cut-off time. So by about 5:30 p.m. UK time Thursday tomorrow, I think it will probably be cut off and you won't be able to get a ticket. But if you're keen and you want to come along, do purchase one. And there'll always be an opportunity to do another one next month or whenever I do a next one. So that will be really great. But what I really wanted to speak to you about today was about your spiritual awakening and your unique path and your soul gifts. And this is such a, why I say unique and why I say your path, your gifts, is because it is so unique. Everybody is individual. Everybody is different. And although we are all part of that oneness of consciousness, we are all individuals. We are all different. We have our own unique energy. We have our own unique spark. We have our own unique gifts and spiritual gifts, things that we love to do, things that we're really good at and we feel gifted with, whether that's creativity of painting or creating beautiful clothes and costumes, or whether that you're drawn to the scientific field, or whether you want to be or being like a vet, helping animals, helping children, whatever it is. When you find your passion and your purpose, that is your unique soul gift, and that is your sacred soul medicine. That's your sacred medicine that you are putting out to the world. world. So this is really important and really special and really beautiful. And what I was just referring to sometimes about the busyness of the world, and sometimes when we get drawn into some of that chaotic, fear-based energy, or lots of different energies out there, competition energy, it can take us off track. It can knock us off kilter. So what is so important is that we follow our own heart, our own unique path, our own dreams and desires, because what is right for us will be different to someone else. So what's right for me will perhaps be different for you. And that doesn't mean it's wrong. In fact, it probably means it's right. But you will know, because on the spiritual journey and the spiritual awakening, you learn very fully and very comfortably and in a really beautiful way to really center and anchor into the earth plane and Mother Earth, and really using her energies to really embody who you truly are and to feel grounded on the earth plane. And also you learn to really feel connected, because we always are, but really intentionally have that pure connection to divine source. So source, consciousness, divine consciousness, the force, however you wish to term it, God source. And in this space of God source, of source consciousness, and such like, however you want to term it, that is where we have that space of connecting back to who we truly are on the soul essence, and to have that wonderful communication with our spiritual support team, our guides, our angels, etc., and our higher self and our higher knowing. Because when we come into the earth plane, and as we go through life and take on other people's belief systems, and we get kind of pulled in one direction and another, because there's always things going on. There's always other people, other events, other things happening that kind of are trying to pull us from where we are focused on heading. So we have to stop and align ourselves and think about this throughout our day, every day. And that's why it's really important to have our grounding, really important to have our connection to source intentionally, and really go into these meditative states when it's an appropriate time to do so. And also grounding throughout the day to keep that center, to keep aligned, so that we are on this beautiful spiritual awakening, and we're really connected in with our own unique path and our own unique soul gifts and our own unique purpose, if you like. And tapping into these sacred medicines, sacred gifts, and creativity, which is just so beautiful, etc. I'm just kind of using a few different words here to kind of get this over. I just want to refer to my notes, because this is something I think about and talk about sometimes, but it was a little bit off the cuff of, I want to do this today, but I was thinking of lots of different things, but it felt really important to do this. So this is really the time on the earth plane is very much about remembering who you truly are and why and what you came into the earth plane to do. Because when we're in soul form, we very much feel a oneness. We're connected to everything. Everything is, you could say, much easier. We have that telepathy. We know and understand exactly what's happening because we have that clear knowing, clear feeling, telepathic abilities, etc., as we do on the earth plane, but we usually need to tap into it and remember and relearn. So when we come into the earth experience and we're birthed into the earth experience, you can feel that separation sometimes. So we feel like we are separated, but actually we always have a beautiful connection to the spirit, to our spiritual team, to the angels, to our guides who are with us. Angels, some of them are usually throughout our lifetimes. Guides can come and go depending on whether it's aligned to where we're at in our lives. But basically we have a spiritual support team that are with us always, okay? So it's really important that we remember that, and that we take time daily to reconnect in with who we truly are at that soul essence, because there are times in the busyness of life, just in the day-to-day routine of being mum, being dad, working for someone, being an employer, being whatever you are, there are times where we are so busy and being called in one direction and another to fulfill the demands that we have taken on the earth plane, for example, as mother, father, daughter, or son, or whatever those things are. But it's so important that we can come back to that center and realign. And that's part of the spiritual awakening, is remembering those gifts and remembering the abilities that are there to tap into our spiritual support team, our angels, our guides, and so on, which all comes from the divine source, God's source, whatever you wish to call it. It's not religious, but I'm terming it those different terms. You can term it what you would like. And remembering how connected we are with the earth, with spirits, and how full of love we are and how loved we are. And these things are important there, and we could go into lots of detail here. But basically, when we sign up to come into the earth plane, we sign up, if you like, with a mission. There are certain things that we sign up to experience and to do in this lifetime. And it might be like, for me, I signed up to be a mum, to have children, and to do the best that I could. And I feel to work through things that I needed to work through on my own emotional level and mental level to become a better parent than I was initially or would have been without the inner work. And I also signed up at this particular time on the earth plane because it is a very transformational time at the moment. We are going through a lot of transformation, a lot of change. And it's a really beautiful time, but it can feel quite daunting sometimes because the energies can be quite heavy and rough, because you're seeing distortions. You're seeing how things like the financial systems, things like the health systems, things like the schooling systems, all sorts of things, the pharmaceutical companies, you're seeing how all of these are not working in the highest interest of the collective on earth. So lots of stuff is bubbling up to the surface and coming up and having to be looked at and acknowledged in order for the new to come in, the new earth, the golden age, the new times that are going to be for the highest good of humanity. So we signed up for these lessons. We're here for a reason. Sometimes we feel really challenged. Sometimes we can feel challenged in our day-to-day because we've had a hard day and I don't know, we feel like we haven't done as well as we could have done in our job or with our children, or someone's had a go at us or whatever. But there's deeper than that. Sometimes we really feel the energies, being sensitive and compassionate. We really feel the energies of what's going on with the with humanity and the collective energy. We as light workers keep our energy super high, and we're very good at raising our vibration and tapping into the light and the God source and the angels and the guides and all that. And it's beautiful. The dragon energy, the unicorn energy, and that is such a high vibe, and that's where we need to be. But sometimes, especially if you're watching the media, and by that I'm talking about like the normal news channels, which to me are like the propaganda really, we get brought down in the heaviness and the density of the 3D, which isn't supportive and helpful for our evolution. It's not helpful and supportive for our mindset. It's not supportive and helpful for our emotional, mental, and physical health. So it's really important, going back to the title of this, what I'm connecting in with you for you today with your spiritual awakening, unique path, and soul gifts, that we step onto, and we can do this gently, if that's the way we want to do it, gently onto our spiritual awakening, and that we identify, acknowledge our unique path. That's by being true to ourselves. That's by following our dreams and our desires. That's by doing the things that make us feel joy and our hearts sing and put a smile on our face. And that unique path stems, I would say, from our soul gifts. So for me, when I was in college, I did a lot of creative work. I did a lot of painting and drawing, and I did pottery, and I did sort of ceramics. I did design. I did fashion design. I did all these numerous printing, textiles, numerous creative pursuits. And I think when I look back in my childhood and my emotional and mental health, that was the happiest I was. As a child with animals, growing up with my pets, of which I had tens and tens of and grew up on a farm, I was incredibly happy with my, my fur baby family and my family unit in many ways. But it's when we tap into, when we remember, when we are honest with ourselves and follow our dreams and desires and our gifts, what we love and what we're good at, it's then that we find that real joy in life. Hello, Shani. Great to see you. So we're here today, Shani, just talking about your spiritual awakening, your unique path and your unique soul gifts, as Karen and Shani, you're well aware of, and you're well on this path and this adventure, and you are following your heart. And I know that some of you are making changes in your life at the moment with your work and all sorts of things, because we get to that point where we're finally going to listen to who we truly are. We're finally going to listen to what makes our heart sing, to what makes our soul sing, to what makes us want to get out of bed in the morning and dance and sing. And, that's what life is about. And the things that are going to make you want to do that, in my experience, and I think you'll find in yours, are your soul gifts. They're the gifts that you came in with. They're the gifts that you've been mastering many times throughout lifetimes. So I really want to impress upon you that this is your spiritual awakening. This is your unique path, and these are your unique soul gifts. And I'm really impressing upon you today to really embody them and follow your dreams and desires. And I know there's all that stuff about you need to, you're thinking, some of you will be thinking, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm there. I'm on it. And that's awesome. And other people might be thinking, oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. But I've got a little bit of hesitance. I've got to just get over that little bit of worry, of fear, of doubt, and step out of the comfort zone. And that's okay, because we all have to do that. We have all done that. We have all done that, haven't we? I think all those who are live right now with me now that I can see, we are all doing that and have all done that. And we have stepped through that into what has felt, I suppose, I don't know if uncomfortable is the right word, but just a bit like butterflies in the tummy, a little bit like anxiety of, oh my goodness, I'm going to do this. And it feels a little bit scary, but I know it's the right thing to do. So I just really want to impress upon you and put across today to all those listening on live and replay, if you're here, there's a message for you. You're meant to be here. There is relevance here for you. So do listen to it all and get what you can, because these are words that are also coming from source, from spiritual team. It's for you, and we are here for a reason. We are embodying our gifts, and we are on the path we are meant to be. Please do not compare yourself to others. And what I said right at the beginning, where I was referring to kind of getting pulled off in different directions and from what you're seeing sort of out there in the big wide world, what I've noticed with society quite a bit recently, maybe over the last 10, 20 years, is how people get so obsessed with like celebrities, or so obsessed with following somebody that they don't actually know, in the sense of haven't met them, but they get so obsessed, and it's like they want to, some people even want to be them, or that kind of thing. That's what I've seen in society, that there's people out there that forget that they are unique. They forget that they are beautiful and special and perfect in their own unique way. They forget that they've got this beautiful sacred medicine that's unique to them to give to the world. They forget that they've got these beautiful soul-aligned gifts, this creativity, this love, this passion for things. And that's what they're here to do. So it's not always about following everybody else. And that is something that I wanted to say, because there may be people listening here, maybe people that are stepping onto their spiritual path for what feels like the first time in this lifetime. And I think that needs to be heard, because so often in society, you've got all of this media and, newspapers, magazines that are kind of showing you, oh, you should have this, you should be like this, or, you should want this or do that. And that's not what life's about. Actually, life is about being you, being unique to you, being your unique self and being true to you. And when you do that, the magic happens. When you follow your heart, when you follow your soul, when you follow the desires and the passions and the dreams that you have within, this is when you step into your soul aligned path. This is when you start aligning truly to who you truly are. This is when you start stepping into your power. You're embodying your true divine soul self more fully. And you're getting that divine balance of that creative, beautiful, divine birthing feminine, and that beautiful stepping out and putting into action, that beautiful divine masculine. So it's a really beautiful thing. And when we start to center on who we truly are and what we love and what we enjoy and what brings us enjoyment and love and delight and a smile to our face, we know we're on the right path. So I just want to check my notes again, because I had so much to say and I kind of thought I need to try and get this to work and to come out aligned. And I did a tiny bit of grounding and connected before I came in, not a huge amount, which I probably should have done more of, but I just wanted to get on and just get the message out, because it's really important. Oh, hello, Jackie. So true, Melanie. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's so important, isn't it? And I think many of us have been on our soul path, like our awakening, for a long time. And then there are others here that are more stepping into it more recently. And so those that are stepping into it more recently are probably starting to understand this now more. They're remembering. And for many of us, or for many of you, you might have felt this for a long time, but then it doesn't always mean that you do the action. So we're wanting to embody this. We're wanting to step into it fully. And what a great time, because we are heading into the new moon energy in real time. We're the 18th of January, 2023 today. The new moon, the next new moon, in January is the 21st of January. So that's coming up, that's only a few days away, and we are getting into the energy of it. I always feel it before we get there. So what a wonderful time to be talking about our spiritual awakening, our own unique path and our own soul gifts, and really stepping into that fully and embodying it even more fully, to really stepping in totally to getting into the exact dreams and desires that we're wanting to manifest and live in our life. So I wanted to mention that with the new moon. And also wanted to mention that the Mercury retrograde, we have, I think, 2 or 3 throughout the year, but you'll be able to check that online if you just go into a search engine and look it up. So Mercury retrograde is coming to an end on the 18th of January, today. So today, the Mercury retrograde ends. Now, it's an apparent retrograde motion, because it's not that it's going backwards, but it slows down, so it appears to be, but it's not actually. But it appears to be, and it has a knock-on effect on the earth plane, or to us on the earth plane. It does affect different things. So I feel that may be helpful and supportive, that it's now not in that retrograde or that stopping, or it's until today. So by the time we get to the new moon in a couple of days' time, we will be out of the Mercury retrograde, or that will be coming out of it. And we will also have this wonderful new moon energies to embody and step into the new projects, new possibilities, new business ventures and adventures and all sorts. So this felt like a good time to be going into this. So just remember those 2 things, bear those in mind. You might like to do your own new moon meditations and such like as well. You can tap into that. You can join into any of mine. I'm not sure if I'll be doing a live one for this new moon, but you can tap back into any of my others, which are on my Facebook pages or my YouTube. Melanie Hughes channel might be easier to find them. So you can always do that if that feels aligned to you at the moment. Just checking the fire. If you were here in the beginning, I've lit this fire and I have a feeling, oh, I think it's all right at the moment. So that's good, because otherwise I'm going to have to put another log on it. So I wanted to get the ambience going and just have a little practice session with a log burner on today for my circle, the Zoom circle tomorrow. There's still time to sign up for that if you want to. It's £20 UK to come along. 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow, Thursday, the 19th of January. Beautiful sacred circle and healing. We're going to be journeying with some of the spirit animals, totem animals tomorrow, among other things. So it's going to be fun. But just to recap from where we're at, we come into this earth plane. We choose to come into this earth plane. We choose many of the lessons that we're here to learn. We choose many of the experiences that we're going to have. And as I said, I know that I have certain lessons as mother, and also for my soul aligned purpose work as well in the world, doing what I'm doing here. So you all, each and every one of you, have your own soul mission, your own missions that you signed up for as the soul that you are when you came into this lifetime. So that's very exciting. And when you awaken in this lifetime, because most of us don't awaken straight away, we aren't normally born fully awakened. So when we start to awaken, that's when we start remembering who we truly are. We start remembering our unique path and the things we signed up to do. And we start remembering and actually knowing, because we're physically doing them, our soul gifts. So it's very exciting. And I would like to say at this point that we sign up for the families that we come into, that we birth into. We know that prior to coming in. That's my experience. And what else I would like to say, and also I just want to say that we when we're in the earth plane, we don't always know why we signed up for that family. Sometimes we might think, and that this is not for me personally, but some people might come into this earth plane and have a really terrible experience with their birth parents, and think, my goodness, I don't think I chose them. But actually, if they look at the higher picture and the higher knowing and the understanding of why they chose that and the lessons they chose within it, it makes much more sense. It doesn't always make much sense on the earth plane always. But we signed up to also meet certain soul family along the way. So like here I am, and I've got names on my screen, Karen, Shani, Jackie, all lovely people that I have met through my spiritual endeavors and adventures. And I've met so many beautiful soul family along the way. And we sign up to meet different soul family along the way. And they come in at different times in our lives, and they come in at the right time for the right reasons. So it's very, very exciting. And I would like to impress upon you to have that remembrance of who you truly are. And if you haven't done already, maybe start tapping into who you are at that soul essence, which I think all of you will have done. But what you came in to do, and what your gifts, your true kind of gifts are for this lifetime, your soul medicine, your sacred medicine to give to others. So I'd really like you to have a think about that. We might get time to tap into that a little bit with a little bit of a meditation. I'm not sure. But so this is beautiful. So it's your spiritual awakening. It's your spiritual unique path, and it's your unique soul gifts. And I just want to check that I have covered everything that I want to cover from my notes. Just so important that we follow that own unique path. And as I probably mentioned earlier, there's not always a right way and a wrong way, but there are certain things which are the right guided way for you, which you will know because your higher knowing and your intuition and your wisdom and your sacred knowledge will tell you when you're on the right path. And that is part of what I do, and part of what I do with my clients and others that sort of come into some of the lives and so on. You know, we tap in, particularly if you're working with me one-to-one or in the circles or things like that. You know, we go a little bit deeper sometimes, particularly the one-to-one stuff. And we start looking at who we are on that really deep level, and more about what we perhaps came here to do, what our soul gifts are, what things we've taken on while we've been in the earth plane here and in prior incarnations that have been limiting belief systems, so limiting thoughts, uh, self-sabotaging behaviors, perhaps, um, distortions of the masculine and the feminine. For example, if you come into a family where you have a very distorted feminine or a very distorted masculine, so perhaps a very overbearing, dominant father who's very oppressive to the feminine, or you might have a divine feminine where the feminine in the mother has been oppressed, suppressed, and is quite weak and quite run down. Or you might have that mother figure that has gone much further into the masculine, but with the distorted masculine, and is very dominant and is, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it, but so sometimes we can have people that are very quite authoritarian, if you like, and very controlling, and we can have that within the family unit. And if we've been born into it this lifetime, we may have been born into it in other lifetimes. That, for example, would be, if you have, one of the things you signed up to experience, and to be able to acknowledge and to release it and clear it for the generations to come ahead of you and for your ancestors behind you. So we could go really, really deep with this, and I'm trying to get out as much as I can in a certain space of time. I feel like I've covered a lot, and I hope it makes sense. If you've got any questions, put them out. If you think I might have missed or forgotten anything, let me know. But really, with the title, Your Spiritual Awakening, Your Unique Path, Your Soul Gifts, I just really wanted to, quite a few things really, but one thing to say, you are unique. It's not about following anybody else. Now, you can see what someone else is doing, and that can be the right thing that you will be doing as well. So I might see someone who does a similar thing to me, and I'll be like, yeah, that's brilliant. And I'd like to be further along and supporting and helping more people than I do right now. I want to get my sacred medicine and my sacred aligned stuff out into the world more fully. And of course, that's aligned. But sometimes people who don't have much of a sense of self, because they haven't remembered who they are, and they haven't cleared the perhaps trauma from this lifetime, the self-sabotaging behaviors from this lifetime, the distortions in their family line from this lifetime, and other unhealthy habits and so on, then they don't really know who they are, and they can sometimes feel just jump on the bandwagon of whatever someone else is doing, and that isn't aligned, that isn't centered and focused, that isn't grounded, and that isn't connecting into your spiritual team. So what I've largely talked about is being true to yourself, following your heart and soul, tapping into that and doing what makes you feel happy, what makes your heart sing, your soul sing, that fills you with joy, that you know is your thing, is your divine sacred stuff. You know, that's what I encourage you all to look at, because the likelihood is whatever that is your contribution to the world, and is going to make your soul and heart sing. So that is really my message. So I hope that's made sense. Karen, you've been very generous. I love seeing you so thrilled and enthused. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. I was aware I was getting really enthusiastic there, because I've got such passion for this. And yeah, so thank you. And a big reason for that is because I've seen my own transformation. I've seen when I'm in the flow. I've seen when I'm doing what I love. Take when I was back in college and I was just rocking it with my artistic path, doing my creative stuff. I was meeting some really lovely people. I had some lovely friendships, relationships. It was really beautiful. But then after that, I became quite misaligned. I started doing jobs and stuff that didn't work for me. I was unhappy. I wasn't enjoying them. I didn't feel like it was right for me. And that's a whole new topic. But I feel very aligned now, and have done for a long time, but I've still had to do a lot of inner work the past few years to really get my health really good, to really get centered and really going forward with the flow of where I really, really want to be. Panache Desai, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Panache Desai did his videos with no participants every day for 1 year, and look at where he is now. I'm going to have to write that name down, you know, although I'm sure it will be there when I get to the end of this and refer back, because right at this moment, I can't. So I'll check that out. Thank you, Karen. But yeah, you're right. I mean, as we step on our awakening path, and for me, I was very much on the spiritual journey from very young. And part of that was because I was getting feelings and emotions coming through that I realize now were related to past lives and things like that. And I was just aware of all these sort of different things, energies and so on. And my mum, bless her, who's in the etheric heaven, however you want to say it now, been there for almost 8 years, was very, very spiritual. And it's something that we always connected with so beautifully, because our relationships had its ups and downs, it had its issues, and I'd never say it didn't, but we always loved each other very dearly, and we always had that beautiful connection there. Okay, he's on every morning from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. free, I believe. Okay, brilliant. Is that 8:30 or not, and 9 to 9:30 a.m.? Is that UK time, or I'm not sure what time that is. You might like to write that in the comments, because some of us might not like to tap into that. So thank you for that. Now, I didn't play the bowls today, but I had my intention of being aligned, and this being for your highest good, and for getting my divine and aligned sacred information and message out into the world. Eastern, I think. Okay, well, people can check that out. They can always do a little online search, and they can check him out and when he is on live. So that's really helpful. Is that through his Facebook page? Maybe he has a Facebook page. You can always let us know in the comments there. So I hope that has been really helpful and supportive and aligned, and I hope that is making you feel good. I hope it's kind of created this burning fire of energy, an energetic fire in you that wants you to, really feels like you want to get going and really step even more fully into your power, you know, because this is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time to awaken, or to awaken more fully, or to step more fully into your true divine power. It's beautifully aligned, isn't it, with this live, with the end of the Mercury retrograde for the moment, and with the new moon coming in, which is always a beautiful time to step into our new adventures and ventures and new ideas and new projects. And perhaps because we are very close to the beginning of the year still, you know, we set intentions, and some of us might write New Year's resolutions, or whatever you call them. I like to say I'm about, you know, writing what I want to step into more fully, or writing the experiences I want to experience in the year, really aligning to those and stepping into them. So now is a beautiful time with this beautiful live that we are on here, that we are experiencing together with this wonderful energy, because it's really, really powerful this end. So that will have got across to you as well. It's a sacred circle space that we share together. That's always my intention. So really embody that if you're feeling aligned and called to. Really tap into the power that is here within our sacred circle that we share together in this energy field here. Really tap into that new moon energy and so on. Anne, oh, hello, Anne. Thank you. Love the energies. Thank you so much. Jackie, thank you, Melanie, for helping me align for my day. You are so welcome. I'm just going to play these bowls a little bit, and this will just help to support you in what you're looking to do, stepping more fully into your power, into your aligned energies and so on, just shifting off some of that energy that we've worked just through talking and tapping into the divine wisdom, sacred knowledge, spiritual awakening information that we are sharing currently. And if you've got time, I'm just going to say to you what we could do, yeah, very quickly. If you've got time and you're not driving, not operating machinery, and you just want to spend like 5 minutes in kind of like grounding and connecting, particularly for those who are live on here in maybe America and Canada, it's the morning where you are. Might be a good time, like you say, to start the day. Start the day off with. Here in the UK, it's late afternoon. It's heading into early evening, but that is fine. It's good to ground and connect throughout, intentionally throughout the day. So if you'd like to, just find a peaceful space where you can disconnect to any busyness. Allow those monkey mind thoughts or equivalent to drift off for 5 minutes. Get centered, sit down, relax, have a glass of water with you if you can. Make sure you drink regularly throughout the day. Take a few nice deep cleansing breaths. And as you take those beautiful deep cleansing breaths, they always must feel physically comfortable. As you take those beautiful deep cleansing breaths, I want you to, or encourage you to, energetically drop down into your heart center. And you might like to put your hands over your heart chakra. Nice cleansing breath in, working that energy, breathing in that energy, cleansing through the physical and energetic being. And on the out breath, releasing any tension, any thoughts that aren't supporting you, any busyness. Nice cleansing breath in, dropping down into that heart center, feeling that love and that light that you are. That source, God's source, consciousness that is within you always, feeling that love and allowing that beautiful, sacred source energy of love in your heart that is always there to expand even more fully in this beautiful, loving energy to surround you and nurture you. Just really feel how good that feels to get that energetic love and nurturing hug from source, from your spiritual support team, your guides, your angels, your dragons, your unicorns, the elementals, whoever, whatever it is that you tap into, always in love and light, always beings of light. Archangel Michael, of course, here to hold the space for us, create a sacred space that is protected and holding that beautiful energy for us always. He's such a gorgeous energy. He's so beautiful and wonderful in how he looks and his pure heart and energy of that divine love and protection. And as we find ourselves in this beautiful, centered, heart-centered space, we remember who we truly are. We allow the busyness, perhaps of the day, the busyness, any thoughts that are not supportive right now, to move off and away. And in this beautiful space, we find stillness, calmness, peace, and tranquility as we connect fully in with our spiritual support team that are there in the lightness, grounded into the earth as well. On the earth plane we are. And we remember who we truly are. We remember where we have come from, the cosmos, birthed into this physical body from the cosmos, obviously through our mother figure, through our mother, our wonderful mother figure that birthed us into the world. And I just feel like I need to say, whatever challenges or experiences we might be having with our mother figures at this current time, we can be grateful and loving and thankful for the birthing of our soul in our physical body to be experiencing this earthly lifetime this time, to experience all the things we signed up to on this earthly plane to experience what is for some of us, a lot of us, another lifetime, another beautiful opportunity to release what isn't working and isn't serving us, to release distortions and old thought patterns that have been weighing us down, holding us back, and to step into who we truly are, and to really have an empowered lifetime, and to embody the gifts that we are here to embody. And just going back to that title and those parts of the unique path and our unique soul gifts. So just feel into this energy, listening to the bowls, listening to my voice, and feeling the love from your heart center and from your inner being emanating outward. Feeling that nurturing, loving hug from spiritual support team, angels, guides, God source. Feeling that love that we have for ourselves as well, that self-love, self-care, self-compassion that I so often say is so important for overall health and for living the life of our dreams. Really feel into that. And although this is just a short, I say just, it's a short meditation, but it's powerful and you can get a lot from it. So feel into who you truly are. And are you feeling any guidance, feelings, knowings, messages, visuals of what you came into this lifetime to step fully into and to achieve and to experience? Because we all stepped up to come into the earth plane. It's not always an easy experience. There's lots of challenges along the way, but there's also lots of love, lots of light, lots of beauty, lots of opportunities. So what did you step into the earth plane to do in this lifetime? See if you can tap into that. And think about what your creative gifts are. And these are usually things that we do that we love. So it might be that we have this love of nature and supporting wildlife or gardening, or it might be that we love helping our fur baby friends, our pets, and that we want to step on more of that path. Or it might be that we love creating beautiful artwork for other people to enjoy and to lift them up into this beautiful energy, to help them raise their vibration by seeing these beautiful creative pieces that you've created, whether you're a potter, whether you're a textilist, whether you're a painter, whatever it may be. So really feel into that, and we'll just spend maybe a moment, maybe a minute, just to have a little think about that. And then while you do that, I'm going to check this fire, as if you were here at the beginning, I'm getting this log burner on and just checking that it's working well, but I think that I have left it too long and I think it's about burnt out, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it for a minute. So just have a little think, just really feel into it. And it's feeling into what makes your heart and your soul full of joy and happy. It's like those of us that want to be parents, those of us that want to be a mother, and how that can fill our heart with joy, and we know it's aligned. It's like those of us that love being around animals, and we have a menagerie of pets, and we know that that is what is aligned to us. And that might be aligned to you on a work front, it might be aligned to you on a personal front, or both. Feeling into these energies, and it's being connected into source and grounded into the earth in a sacred meditative type space, a quiet, loving, nurturing, non-judgmental space where we can really tap into our inner knowing and wisdom. So really feeling that beautiful light from source channeling into our being. It's always there, but with the intention, So that comes through our stellar gateway, and it comes through our soul star, and then it comes into more of the chakras within our energetic body that you might be more familiar with, like the crown chakra and the third eye and the throat and the heart, and our beautiful aura that emanates outward. The God source is that. We are a part of it. It is a part of us, because that is what we are at our essence. And so we are always in contact with our spiritual support team, and our spiritual support team is from God's source consciousness. So just spend a few moments there, just tapping into that. And you might like to make some notes when you come out of the meditation. I would advise, because we're only doing a very short one here, I would advise, impress upon you that when you have the opportunity to soon, if it feels aligned, to go within and do your own meditations, or maybe to watch this again and just kind of tap into that more as we go through, and to maybe write notes on a bit of paper with a pencil, or however you like to do it. But try and have your phone off and stuff like that, or at least not receiving loads of messages, because that's distracting. You could always make notes on the phone, of course, under the notes parts. But just really encourage you to spend time with your divine inner knowing, with that inner knowledge, that sacred knowledge, that divine wisdom, because it's when we're fully connected in that beautiful, calm, connected, grounded state that we can more easily hear and know and feel and understand the messages that we're receiving from God's source consciousness, spiritual support team, angels, guides, etc., beings of light, basically. So I hope that's helpful and supportive. And what I'm going to do now is clear these energies again, thanking our spiritual support teams for stepping forward, and for Archangel Michael for holding the space for us, and these beautiful singing bowls for supporting us in healing and cleansing and shifting energies that need shifting, and supporting us to step in to our highest path and purpose, to embody more of who we truly are at our soul essence, and why we came into this lifetime. Now, as we come out of the meditation, remember you're always connected to source, and you're always grounded to the earth. So you're always connected to that beautiful energy of source. It is you. You are that. It is you. It's a oneness. We're connected, and it's beautiful. I would like to spend a few moments just grounding back into the earth fully after being in that short meditation. And I would like you to visualize, see, know, feel a root, a ribbon, a cord, a ray of beautiful light coming out from your root base chakra at the bottom of your spine. And it's about this wide as your aura. So it's about an arm's length out from you, roughly, perhaps, or whatever you feel happy with. Just go down with that intention, I would say, of a root or a ribbon, etc., really grounding you from that root chakra down through your legs. Feel that energy going through the legs and your feet. You might like to have your feet planted firmly on the ground at this point, perhaps, and going down into Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, the crystalline grid, our beautiful Mother Earth that sustains us while we are here on this beautiful planet Earth, having this, amazing adventure as a human being in this earthly body, a soul in this earthly body. We are really incredibly blessed, and it is really remarkable. And I'm sure you'll agree, especially when we understand the spiritual aspect of life, and we understand how amazing it is that we are birthed into the earthly plane for this experience, and to learn and grow and to experience more love. Because I feel and I know that I want to embody more of the good stuff, more of the love, more of the light, more of the fun, and more of the helping myself and others. And so that's what I step into even more fully these past years, because I really understand it now. And when you really want to do something and it's aligned, you can step into that. And for example, my spiritual work I love, but it's also something that supports others. And I love that fact. So that's one of my missions, what I'm here to do, and it's a real joy. So I digress a bit there, I think. So just going back to earthing and grounding into the earthly plane, and allow the earth's energy. Once you've really got where you feel sturdy within the heart of Mother Gaia, I like to say anchor in. Anchor in, hold yourself firmly in, and allow that beautiful like flush of energy of Mother Earth, Mother Gaia to come up through your feet and your legs and throughout your body, mixing in your beautiful auric field all within you and around you with the source energy, and really feeling connected and grounded and supported and holding you in fully to the earth plane. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Karen says, thank you so much. Many blessings. Thank you, Karen. And to you. And to you, many blessings. And, you know, if you want to feel even more physically grounded, tap yourself. This really, I find, helps. Feel really much more in the physical as well, don't we? When we tap ourselves or feel our physical being. Tap yourself down. Clap. Tap yourself, wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, whatever you want to do. Nice breath in, I'm thinking. Nice breath out. Nice cleansing breath in, really releasing anything that's still there wanting to release. Embodying even more love and light, really filling up with even more love and light. And then just a lovely breath out, releasing on the out breath. And beautiful, love the singing bowls. Thank you. Oh, I'm so pleased you enjoyed it. They are brilliant, you know. They are so powerful. I just realised since I've been using them for my own health as well, how powerful sound therapy is. It's incredible, isn't it? So I love them. I'm so happy you do too. Anne says, thank you. Love the meditation. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm so happy that, you know, you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I can really feel the energy, the benefits for everyone. I can really feel the support and the love and the light that resides here, and that resides here with us in this sacred circle that we share energetically online here together, live and on replay. You know, it doesn't matter if you tap into this a year down the line, 5 years down the line, or if it's next week, you know, it doesn't matter when it is. It's still really powerful, and you will feel the energy. So I think that's super cool. I love the way that our energetic work, and, you know, working with the aura and working with our emotions and everything can be done via a Zoom, via a Facebook Live. You know, I'm sure you could do it over the telephone, you know what I mean? But I love the fact that, you know, the visual is good for me as well. So it's really, really cool. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, everyone that I can see who's commented. That's really super. It's really beautiful. It's lovely to see, to know what you're feeling and thinking, and to have that dynamic while we're going through the meditation. I think that's really powerful for you as well, when you're contributing your energy and giving that, and we're getting that exchange of energy between me and you. That's really powerful. And that doesn't have to happen in terms of the message feed. You know, people don't have to comment, they don't have to speak out, and I'm very happy for people to come on and not be seen or heard. It's whatever works for you. But it is really lovely to also have that dynamic between us where we can kind of talk or message one another, and you're feeling the energies and you're experiencing it, and you're letting me know how you're feeling, and then I'm responding, and that's rather fun, isn't it? And that is part of I think I need to drink because I've been talking for a while. That's part of the beauty of the technology of doing the lives, Facebook lives, some Zoom calls, for example, that kind of thing. So It's been wonderful. Thank you for joining me for your spiritual awakening, your unique path, and your soul gifts. Lots of sacred nuggets of wisdom coming through, and I know that you're going to take what is relevant for you, and you're going to, rock it in your own way. And that short meditation was lovely to do. I wasn't sure if we were going to do one, but I was sort of seeing how we were going in the time and everything else, but it was beautiful to do it, and it felt aligned, and it linked in and flowed so beautifully with what we've been talking about. And it was short but powerful. But like I said, I do recommend that maybe you tap back into those energies. Just find some quiet space time over the coming week or weekend, whenever suits you. But do find a time to sort of make the time if it feels aligned, and just tap back into that energy, or tap into the energy of your higher self, higher knowing, wisdom and knowledge. And just really, maybe journal, do a little bit of writing, whatever it is that you want to do to get that information out. So well done, everyone. That was great. It's really lovely to see you. And thank you so much for joining me. If you want to know more about what I do, please message me. Also, or you can private Facebook message me, of course, if you do want to do any one-to-one work with me, or if you want to know more about the circles. The first online circle is going ahead tomorrow, which is in real time. It will be Thursday, the 19th of January, 2023. I'm going to do one of these at least once a month, so that people can come along, they can connect, and they can experience perhaps a deeper experience, which is going to be really fantastic. And there will be an opportunity within kind of the structure and the boundaries of what is happening within the Zoom call with the Sacred Healing and Meditation Circle. There will be an opportunity for you also to talk or to get your messages across. So that's going to be really, really great. We're tapping in tomorrow with going further into totem animals, spirit animals, and the messages that nature and our spirit animals have for us, because I love that. And Shani, if you're still here, I know that you're really deep diving into that at the moment, and that is really just special stuff. I love it. So we're going to go further into that tomorrow on the meditation on the Zoom call, and we're going to do some other meditation, and we're going to do a beautiful healing. And my intention is that we will pull a card for everybody on the call. So that is my intention, that we pull a card for everybody on the call if they want to. There should hopefully be time for that. So if you want to know about that, check out my page. I'll try and remember to perhaps put a link into the comments, but the easiest way is probably to go onto my Melanie Hughes Facebook page, or my Soul Alchemy Sunshine to the Soul Facebook page, and you will see a very recent post with some meditation type photographs of candles and the beautiful log burner, and with me, etc. on there. And there is an Eventbrite link where you can click on the link, you pay 20 UK pounds, you sign up, you get a Zoom link to click it onto, I believe, on the date and time, which is Thursday, the 19th of January, 6 p.m. UK time. Check it out on your time zone. It will be probably 5 hours behind. Maybe in Canada they're 5 hours behind ish, and in America it tends to be, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours behind. So you will need to check out on your own time zone. My intention is to record it so that if you can't be there live, at least you can see it on a replay that will be available for at least a month to replay. So hope that gives you everything you need to know. And lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please feel free to write any comments if you're on replay, or if you want to message me, let me know how it was for you. It's always lovely to hear people's comments. So thank you, everyone. Keep shining your beautiful light. It's so important that we continue to be the light, the beacon of light. We are beacons of light. And sometimes we can feel a bit dulled. We can have a bit of a day where we're like, oh, I don't feel quite my normal self. But then there's all the other beacons of light that are shining bright, all of you. So what I'm saying is we we all must have that intention to embody even more of our light and to keep our beautiful light shining, because this is making a difference in the world. This is raising consciousness, and that is vital at this time, and it's amazing, and it does need to happen, let's be honest. And that's going to be for the greatest good of the whole collective, and that's important. And we're at that time now. This should have happened a long time ago, and it needs to happen. The time of awakening for everyone is now, and it's a really beautiful time. So keep shining your beautiful light. Don't let the lower 3D energies of drama and anger and doubts and sadness pull you down too much. Yeah, keep shining, keep connecting. We are a web of lights, and as I said before, I see it like an orb, the earth, and I see it like at night, and it's all our little lights all twinkling and sparkling throughout the earth plane around the orb of the earth. That's how it looks when I see it, and it's all connected like a web, and it's connected almost like a sacred geometry of lights. And it's so beautiful. And that is you, that is all of you, and that is me, and that's all of us connecting. And that's other people that don't even join us here, that are all shining their beautiful lights and all supporting each other, all being the beacon of light, all raising the consciousness of the earth, all supporting and bringing in what's termed the new age, the new earth, the golden age, where what's happening on the earth is for the highest good of all. And it's not just about the very small few at the top who at the moment are getting the most of the money. And, you know, at the moment, those are the kind of top of the ladder. I refer to as those with immense wealth. And there's something like, God, it's crazy. We're getting onto another topic now, so apologies, and the time is going on. But gosh, I can't remember. It was some crazy statistic about the wealth of the world. A huge amount of it is in like a handful of people's hands, and that's not what we want going forward for a new humanity of working for the good of the collective. We want everyone to have enough. We want everyone to be succeeding in what they want to be succeeding in, and to be abundant of all good things. And that is possible because at essence, everything is energy, and science knows this. Science can prove that. I don't need science to prove it, because I know it, because I get the messages from my spiritual council and team, because I'm soul in physical form, and I know I'm energy. And lots of different reasons. I remember seeing my mum's soul come through very quickly after she'd passed a few weeks later in energetic form. So lots I could talk about there, lots of experiences, but you're doing an amazing job, and keep doing your beautiful soul aligned work for yourself. And if you do it for others, keep going, because more spiritual entrepreneurs are needed in the world, more healers, light workers, loving, kind, compassionates. That's what we want the earth to be full of. And by us being it, we set the example for everyone. And then those people see our lights shining so bright, and they know that that's the way. They know that is the light. That is the way of the future. That's what they want to feel, that love and that light and that goodness. So I go into yet another thing there, but I don't think it's digressing too much. And I think it was important to say. So I'm going to love you and leave you now, because we're probably going to finish up at about, well, just going to be just over an hour and 8 minutes or something. But it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much, and lots of love and light. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.